Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John, coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. I want to talk today briefly about the feast of the elevation of the precious and life-giving cross of Christ that we celebrate today. It happened that the mother of Constantine the Great, that was the emperor who legalized Christianity in the empire, the Byzantine Empire, and then actually made it the official religion of the empire. His mother, St. Helena, when she was aged, she decided that she wanted to travel to Jerusalem to find the cross of Christ. And so, being the imperial mother, she had all of the resources she needed, and she made the journey. Well, when she got there, she discovered that there was a temple of Aphrodite that had been built by one of the previous pagan emperors over the place of Golgotha. And so she ordered that the pagan temple be destroyed and that the ground around Golgotha be excavated. So this is what happened. They excavated, and when they did this, they found 3 crosses. They determined that probably this was the cross of Christ, and then the other 2 would have been the thieves crucified on the left and the right of Christ. So the patriarch at the time, or the Archbishop of Jerusalem, Macarius, said, here's what we'll do. There's a funeral procession going by. We'll take the cross and we'll lay it upon the dead man, and in this way we will find out which of these is the actual life-giving cross of Christ. And so that they did. They took the first cross and nothing happened. The second cross, nothing happened. But when they took the third cross and they laid it upon the dead man, then he rose from the dead, and they realized this was the life-giving cross of Christ. And so it was raised aloft. That means it was it was elevated by Archbishop Macarius of Jerusalem. And on this day, then, we celebrate that elevation, that raising up, that exaltation, that excavation of the life-giving cross of Christ. We are blessed at All Saints to have a piece of the cross of Christ. It's a very, very small piece that was gifted to us, and that's a very interesting story. I'll tell it to you briefly. A relative, leave it at that, a relative had a great aunt, and this great aunt was apparently a very faithful Orthodox Christian who would love to go and go on pilgrimage to the holy sites, was extremely prayerful, and had a very, how shall I say, just a very friendly sort of personality. She mixed very well with people and was very easy to talk to, and loved talking about spiritual matters, and was very endearing. And so this great aunt went to Jerusalem to go and venerate the holy sites and pray there. And while she was there, somehow, because of her wonderful and warm personality, she received an invitation to meet the Patriarch of Jerusalem himself. And so she went, and she talked with him, and they had a wonderful conversation. And he was very drawn to her warmth and tenderness and her piety and commitment to Christ and the Church. And so he offered her a gift. He gave her 2 relics of the cross of Christ, 2 slivers. And so when she passed away, she left these to another relative. And when I went to go visit that relative, I was asked, Father Peter, what do you think I should do with these slivers of the cross of Christ? I don't feel like I should have them in my home. And so I was asked, can you think of anything that I should do with these? And I said, well, how about you gift one to our parish, and then one to your home parish? And so that's what was done, and that was about, I think, 13 years ago that we received this relic of the cross of Christ in the church, here for your veneration. So, on this day of the feast of the elevation, exaltation of the cross, may the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.